Shalom, all praises be unto the Most High. The Most High, He is good, and His mercy endureth for all generations. Throughout all generations, we see that the faithfulness, the goodness, the mercy of the Most High endures forever. All praises. Real quick, this is part 2, dealing with wait, expect, and align. I'm woke, now what? The sidebar conversations. What do I do now that I have been awakened? What do I do now when it comes to navigating this life experience? Because I realize that I'm no longer a conformist. I realize that I'm no longer walking around blindly, but I'm actually wide awake. My eyes are open, my ears are open, my spirit man is open, and I'm receiving truth. I'm receiving revelation. And as this is taking place, I'm also experiencing transformation. Yes, you. When I say this is me as well as you. And so we're having this conversation dealing with what do I do now, right? My last video, part 1, I talked about waiting. And we understood that to wait, or as you're waiting on the Most High, it's not doing so passively, just sitting around doing absolutely nothing, but it's dealing with that of actually building or strengthening your relationship, or strengthening your faith, strengthening your expectation. So today we're going to be dealing with expectation, part 2. Using the same Hebrew word that we used in our previous video, kawa, which actually means to expect. Okay? I'm just going to be looking at some of my notes here just so I don't miss any points. But as we're dealing with life, we're navigating this life situation, we're trying our hardest to maintain our grounding in truth and in holiness, for we understand that we ought to worship the Most High in spirit and in truth. And we understand that our worship is more than just singing a song. We understand that it's more than just the giving of an offering, but it's actually offering or presenting our life as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Most High. And the way that we do this is by not being conformed to the ways of this world, the systematic patterns and strategies of the world, and not adapting to the superficial ideologies of the world, but being transformed daily by the renewing of our mind. And why do we do this? We do this so that we can prove exactly what is the Most High's will, right? And so it comes with having a willingness to deconstruct. That's the best word I can use. It's allowing yourself to go through the process of refining, deconstruction, not destruction, but deconstruction, right? Tearing those things down, especially those superficial factors, and then being built up in truth, being built up with a whole new perspective and insight that fits the true and accurate expectation, perspective, perception of the Most High, or that what comes from the Most High. So, in order for us to do this, we understand that we have to be able to have an expectation, because as we're going through the trials, the tribulations, the temptations, all these different things, all of those things are set up on a negative end to try to pull us away from where we're supposed to be going, or to distract us, or to hinder us. But on the positive side, these things are used to test us, to perfect us, to mature us, and to develop us. Now, one of the things that is being developed and is also needed in order to go through the process is expectation. So the Hebrew word kawa also is dealing with that of expectation. And expectation is basically waiting for something, or having a hopeful anticipation, or you're actually relying on something for support, or you're also expecting, or you're waiting on something that was promised, right? So I will ask you this question. As you've been awakened, what has been your expectation? Comment that down below. What has been your expectation after coming into truth? As you read the scriptures, as you navigate this life experience, what is your expectation? Because without expectation, what are we actually doing, right? The Most High expects us, number one, to be Kodash, to be set apart, to be holy. And with that, he made a promise. He made a promise that, number one, he would be our Elohim, or he would be our power. And secondly, we would be his people. That's an expectation. That comes with an expectation. I expect you to be holy. And the reward of that expectation, or fulfilling that expectation, is that you can expect me to be your power, to be your influence, to be your strength. And on top of that, you can expect me to be your Abba, your father, your provider. You can expect me to come to your defense. You can expect me to be your rescuer, to be the one who comes and delivers and saves, heals. And you can expect that you will be my people, called by my holy and righteous name. Okay? So, as we're expecting, one of the things that's necessary is the binding together, coming into agreement. The reason why some people struggle with faith or struggle with expectation from the Most High is because they have not agreed with what he has said. They have not agreed to his statutes. They have not agreed with his order. They have not agreed with his commandments. They spend more time arguing and trying to analyze and try to question versus just agree. And the two cannot walk together except they be agreed. And when there is an agreement made, there's an outcome that can be expected. So what is that outcome? What does that outcome look like? How do we actually receive that outcome? And how do we know that that outcome is sure? Stick around for the next video and we will talk about expectation and outcome. Shalom.